126 actual. Target is in the main house. You have execute authority.
Bravo 6. Going dark.
Start clear!
Victor 6-4, green light.
Chemical weapons are now in the wild.
Foreman copies up.
We get dirty. And the world stays clean. That's the mission.
It's been 6 years since Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019 was released, and because of the lack of any pronounced first-person shooters on the market right now, it seems to be a good time to jump back in to see how the game holds up after all this time. Released on October 25th, 2019, Call of Duty Modern Warfare is a reboot of the iconic Modern Warfare series by Infinity Ward. This game marked a return to the gritty, realistic military experience that fans adored, moving away from the futuristic elements seen in some of the previous titles. Built on a shiny revamped engine, Modern Warfare 2019 promised unprecedented graphics and more immersive experience than any Call of Duty before it, and it quickly became a fan favorite, setting the stage and design language for future Call of Duty titles. One of the standout features of Modern Warfare 2019 is undoubtedly its graphical prowess. The IW 8.0 engine that runs the game was completely rebuilt, and it took the team 5 years to build. The new engine allowed for stunning visuals through the use of techniques like spectral rendering, volumetric lighting, and support for hardware-accelerated ray tracing. With the lifelike textures, realistic lighting, and detailed environment, the game looks great even by today's standards. I personally think the game looks better than MW2, MW3 and Battlefield 2042 to mention a few, but this might boil down to art style and design language. The attention to detail in the game's environments, from the war-torn cities to lush landscapes, remains impressive. The lighting effects in particular add a level of realism that was previously unseen in the franchise. Whether navigating a dimly lit building or engaging in a firefight at dusk, the visuals enhance the overall experience, and it grounds us as players deep into the game's world and setting. The gunplay in Modern Warfare 2019 is another highlight that was properly revamped for the reboot. The weapons feel weighty and responsive, with a satisfying recoil system that adds a layer of realism. Modern Warfare 2019 focuses more on realistic gunplay, both in how the guns feel, how they handle, and how they sound. This goes hand in hand with the engine upgrade and shows that the team at Infinity Ward really focused on bringing a more realistic feel to the franchise. Each gun has its own unique feel, making it a joy to experiment with different loadouts, attachments, and playstyles. The sound design is a huge step up from earlier titles. Each shot fired, each reload, and even the subtle clicks of aiming down the sights contribute to a satisfying auditory experience. The meticulous attention to the mechanical details of each weapon adds to the immersion. Modern Warfare 2019 also introduced several changes gameplay-wise, with the implementation of new mechanics. Some of these mechanics that were implemented includes bullet penetration, which implemented that the higher caliber you were firing, the more it would be capable of piercing through sections of the scenery. Breaching, opening and peeking doors was a nice addition. Here one could close the door to hinder a line of sight or hide themselves, or they could sprint through them to surprise the player on the other side. The implementation of tactical sprint was also something new and refreshing. This feature let the players sprint faster than the normal running speed for a short duration, in trade-off for a longer time between stopping and being able to fire your weapon again. This was a great risk-reward system, since it could be used to quickly cover more ground when changing cover, reducing the risk of being caught out in the open, but increasing the risk of being outgunned if there was a player hiding where you were running to. One could also now mount your gun on ledges and corners to steady themselves, making the gun more accurate since it negated the natural recoil of the weapon. This making it easier to hold down corridors and long sectors with line of sight. All this new implementation helped improve the fluidity of movement in Modern Warfare 2019, as well as adding an extra layer of strategy to the gameplay. A notable addition here was the introduction of the Gunsmith, a detailed weapon customization system that allowed players to tailor their loadouts to their playstyle. With a wide range of attachments and modifications available, the Gunsmith added a new layer of depth to the multiplayer experience. Modern Warfare 2019 also brought back several classics multiplayer modes, such as Team Deathmatch, Domination and Search and Destroy, while also introducing new modes like Gunfight and Ground War. Gunfight, a 2 vs 2 mode, quickly became a fan favorite for its fast-paced tactical gameplay, while Ground War offered large-scale battles with up to 64 players, providing a more chaotic and expansive experience. An experience emulating the Battlefield formula with points to capture and vehicles to drive. The continuous updates and seasonal content introduced new maps, weapons and challenges, ensuring that players always had something to look forward to and keeping the community engaged. The campaign that we got in 2019 was a well-rounded and well-paced package. It reintroduced familiar characters and brought up some good thematic material. The gameplay was as good as the multiplayer, and the graphics and cinematic cutscenes made the story and the characters engaging to watch and play as. It might not be the most spectacular and bombastic campaign, but its grounded nature, its focus on realism, compact storytelling and great characters, the campaign gave the fans exactly what they wanted. One of the standout missions in the campaign is Clean House, which showcases the game's attention to detail and commitment to realism. Players are tasked with raiding a townhouse suspected of harboring terrorists. The mission is intense and claustrophobic, with players having to carefully clear rooms and make split-second decisions. The realistic portrayal of close quarters combat and the moral ambiguity of the mission makes it a memorable experience that arguably is as impressive today as it was in 2019. Another memorable mission is Highway of Death, where players must defend a strategic position against waves of enemy forces. The mission setting, the desolate stretch of road littered with remnants of past battles, is both haunting and visually stunning. The dynamic weather effects and realistic sound design add to the immersion, making players feel the weight of the conflict. However, the mission did not escape controversy, as it was criticized for misrepresenting real-life events. The name Highway of Death refers to a real incident during the Gulf War where coalition forces targeted retreating Iraqi troops. Critics pointed out that the game's portrayal of the event, attributing the destruction to a fictional Russian enemy, was a sensitive issue and sparked discussions about historical accuracy and representation in video games. One should also touch upon Warzone, the free-to-play battle royale introduced in Modern Warfare 2019. Warzone brought a fresh and thrilling experience to the Call of Duty franchise, drawing in millions of players worldwide. The massive map of Verdansk, combined with the fast-paced gameplay and unique mechanics like the Gulag, made Warzone a standout title in the battle royale genre. The integration of Warzone with Modern Warfare allowed players to utilize their custom loadouts and progress across both modes, creating a seamless experience for fans of both multiplayer and battle royale. Another remarkable aspect of Modern Warfare 2019 is its post-launch support. Infinity Ward consistently delivered updates, introducing new content and addressing player feedback. This dedication to improving the game and keeping it fresh has contributed significantly to its longevity. Seasonal updates brought new maps, game modes, weapons and operators, ensuring that the community remained engaged and excited for what was coming next. The introduction of limited time events and collaboration with other franchises further added to the game's appeal. Modern Warfare 2019 at its release was a true leap for the franchise, while still staying grounded and connected to its roots. The gameplay felt new and improved and like a true reboot of the franchise, something that definitely attributed to its success both with critics and with players. For me, Call of Duty Modern Warfare was the game that reignited my interest in the franchise, since I had not been truly interested in the Call of Duty games since Modern Warfare 3. It also helps that Modern Warfare 2019 and Warzone was one of the last Call of Duty games that me and my friends played together. The game's success can be seen in the fact that I, on the background of Modern Warfare 2019's overall quality and fun factor, pre-ordered Modern Warfare 2 once it got announced. In my time jumping back into the game, it really took me back to a nostalgic time, and the game greatly holds up in 2025. In my mind, this was the last great Call of Duty game, but I haven't tried Modern Warfare 3 or any of the new Black Ops games other than Cold War, so I might be wrong. Modern Warfare 2019 in 2025 is a really good game. Everything about it holds up and in many cases surpasses newly released games both in gameplay and presentation. It is still playable today, and if you were to jump on right now, it would be possible to find a game without too much of a hassle. The anti-cheat does a decent job as to combat hackers, but the eventual hacker may pop up in a game or two. In conclusion, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019 has proven to be a timeless classic, with its groundbreaking graphics, realistic gunplay and engaging campaign. Even 6 years after its release, it remains a beloved title among fans, continuing to influence the series and setting a high standard for future entries. So, what do you think about Modern Warfare 2019? Leave a comment down below on what you think about the game. Do you love it, do you hate it, and what memories do you have with it? If you come this far, I really want to thank you for watching the video. If you want more content like this, please be sure to hit the subscribe button or the link in the description down below. And maybe I see you next time. Goodbye.